Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and Black Widow is getting a tier 4. This was the final sneak peek for the second mid-month She-Hulk Black Widow update. You don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Let's get into the details. So they dropped this tweet today or last night. Black Widow has improved her skills and is ready to strike. And then on the forums, they dropped the following teaser. Agents, the Master Spy has returned to Marvel Future Fight with new powers, new intelligence techniques, giggity. Check out the new powers of this superhero who is a key member of the Avengers who was once a top Red Room agent. I don't think we needed this many hints since you show her face very clearly in the sneak peek, but that's okay. We will announce more information through the patch details later. Thank you. Now, we get to the sneak peek here. Again, the sneak peek, there's not really much room for Black Widow here. She got a uniform this year already. We know she's already tier 3, so the only place for her to go was up for tier 4. So she's getting tier 4. I'll show you where the tier 4 sneak peek itself is. But the sneak peek itself, are you ready? Grab some popcorn, sit down, dim the lights. This is cinema. Damn! Damn! That is straight up cinema, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on with the sneak peek team? Yo, they're hitting banger after banger after banger. The Home Run Kings are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the best sneak peeks we've ever seen. And I say that a lot, but this is no exaggeration. This is super high quality. It looks amazing. It's really cool. It's subtle. It's not in your face. The POV is awesome. There's voice acting. There's voice acting. Again, these could just be clips that they found on the internet, but they mixed it together so well. So well. And then the twist where she's in the car waiting for them. Like, this is so good, dude. This could be a scene in a future movie, dude. Like, obviously, like a shot scene, not like a CGI'd scene. But, well, you never know with Marvel. But no, I'm just kidding. But seriously, this sneak peek quality is absurd. And I know some people are looking at the recent video I did for Marvel Future Revolution, saying that 70% of the devs have been removed from that dev team and have been spread out around Marvel Monster. And a lot of you are hoping and praying that they got sent to MFF because, of course, you know, more devs means bigger and better updates. And while obviously I can't confirm that because I have no idea, I don't work for the Netmarble, etc., you can't help but wonder, like, the talent on the sneak peek team coming in, replacing Noah and Justin. I mean, Noah and Justin did amazing work for the sneak peeks for the past few years. They were amazing. They gave us some of the best sneak peeks ever. Herald Thor, Silver Surfer Black, Odin, Hulk, right? Apparently the Hulk sneak peek was done by one of the new sneak peek team members. But and of course I'm missing people, so I do apologize. I only know personally Justin and Noah. But yeah, this new sneak peek team is bonkers good, man. Bonkers good. So that's the new sneak peek. And you're wondering, where the heck is the tier 4 like whatever it's called? It's on the car. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's on the car. It's really hard to see. It's really hard to see. Did you see it there? I believe it's right there in the corner. It's right here on the car. It's very hard to see. But people have zoomed that in, and it's apparently a T4 logo. I think that's the best shot we have of it. I haven't really scrubbed through the whole video slowly to see. Yeah, that is the best shot we have of it. It's on the door. It may be easier to see when they open the door, when they're running in. When the two guys are running in. Open the door. No, it doesn't move with the door. So then this is the best part for it. When it zooms in on her. It almost looks like a tier 3 logo. But anyways, yeah. That's the tier 4 logo. She's getting a tier 4. Like I said, she got a uniform already. This is the uniform she got earlier this year, the San Francisco uniform. And she already has a tier 3 from a few years ago. So the only thing for her to do now is to get a tier 4. And it says new powers, new techniques. That's always a clue for either a uniform or a tier 3 or a transcendence, or in this case, a tier 4. So yeah, one more thing I want to say about the sneak peek. It gives me Dark Knight vibes, which is so impressive. Yeah. Now, speaking of which, so here, let's clarify this because this is a little bit confusing. Black Widow is not getting a new uniform. This is very confusing times for Marvel Future Fight, I know, but that's basically the explanation I can give you, because that's like this is the exact suit she has in the sneak peek. Like it's exactly the same. So what I think happened is that originally Black Widow was supposed to be the second tier 4. Originally, it was going to be Iron Man first, and then Black Widow second, because Black Widow got this uniform in the same update where Tony got his Back to Basics uniform back in April or May, right? But for whatever reason, the devs decided, or they were told by Marvel, or you know, I don't know if it was a Netmarble thing or it was a Marvel thing, but Moon Knight got pushed ahead, right? Moon Knight got bumped up, and Black Widow got bumped back. After Black Widow, or in this case Moon Knight, it had to be Thor next. And then I guess their plan was to then do Storm next. So as Black Widow continues getting bumped back, this was the earliest they could have released her. So they probably decided after she was bumped off of second place, they're not going to put her after Thor because she doesn't match his typing, whatever, the order or justice, the instinct, right? He doesn't match. He doesn't match the order one. And then they decided, you know what? Let's put her after Hulk. Right, again, they sort of made it weird and confusing because they also dropped Blue Dragon, right? So the Blue Dragon one feels kind of, I don't know if I want to say forced, but it feels like maybe the Blue Dragon one was a little rushed, whereas the Black Widow one has probably been waiting for quite a while. So yeah, it may have made more sense to do just Hulk and Black Widow, considering that they're both Avengers, considering that they had relationships before and stuff like that. There's a lot of connections between the two of them. The sun's getting real low, big guy, all that stuff, but yeah, that's what we're getting. So that's where I draw the connection, and that's where I sort of see that the devs were basically holding on to Black Widow tier 4 and deciding when was the best time to release her. Now, a couple of other things we need to talk about. This is the third tier 4 this month, and that's a lot of tier 4s. A lot of tier 4s. It is literally impossible, and I say that with 100% accuracy and no hyperbole. It's literally impossible, unless you spend a lot of money, not just a little bit of money, a lot of money. It's literally impossible to tier 4 all 3 of those characters. And you know what? Here's the craziest part. It might be impossible even if you bought all of the packs, because of how bad the RNG is. You could spend 7,000, possibly 8,000 carbonadium, which means for 3 tier 4s, you could get unlucky enough to need over 20,000 of each of those materials, carbonadium and Soul of the Faltine. That pack only gives 3,500, my dude. And we're only able to farm about 150, 175 per day. It's extremely low. Like, you can barely afford to tier 4 one character a month if you buy the most expensive pack and you farm World Boss Legend every day. So farming is not even getting you close to doing once a month. Farming is putting you in the 2 to 3 month range. And then it's only when you introduce Visa and MasterCard that you then can bring that number down to like the 1 month, the 3 week range. Again, if you're very lucky still with the gear upgrades. So as happy as I am that Black Widow's getting a tier 4, as happy as I am that we're finally getting a speed tier 4, don't forget and don't let it cloud your vision that this is the third tier 4 they've released in a month, or in a one update span, without updating the rewards. So I think we need to simultaneously celebrate Black Widow, but also continue to scream at the devs to make the drops better, right? Either they basically have 2 things they need to do, right? They need to improve the drops for World Boss Legend, because currently there's no reason to farm World Boss Legend at a high stage. There's no reason to fight Ultron. There's no reason to fight Gore. You can get almost identical rewards by still doing stage 1 null, which you could have done almost 2 years ago when it released, right? When null released back in 2020, there were players that could already beat stage 1 without Pierce. I mean, I went all the way up to stage 9 without Pierce this year, so it's absolutely possible that it was done last year and then the year before that. Almost, we're getting close to the 2-year mark. So, right, why are you guys releasing new World Boss Legends? Why are you guys putting so much effort into these if the rewards are not being improved? What's the point? Hey guys, come check out this brand new thing. It's so shiny and new. Oh, how is it different? It's not different, guys. So why should we waste our time? Why should we suffer doing this new thing, this harder test? If we're gonna get the same grade, why don't we just do the easier test? Why should we do the harder test? For a sense of accomplishment? No, that doesn't work anymore. Sorry, it worked for a while, Marvel Future Fight. It doesn't work anymore. So they need to improve the rewards, and they need to improve the structure of rewards, right? More Carbonadium should drop, and Soul of the Faltine should drop when you get to the higher tiered legends. Why did you bother calling it Legend 1, Legend 2, Legend 3, and Legend 4? What was the point of that? Is the point of that so that we know that you're wasting development time on these world bosses when everyone is just going to keep playing Null and Mephisto to get the exact same rewards? Like, they're more popular characters than Gore and Ultron anyways, so you can't even play the popularity card like you could with Thanos, right? Like, oh, well, you play the Black Order and then we release Thanos later. And Thanos drops the same amount of resources, but even with Thanos, he drops more CCF. So you guys screwed the pooch on this one. So yeah. And he drops all of the books instead of just one type of book. So yeah, they really need to update. Like this really needs to happen soon, fast, because it doesn't make any sense that they're releasing tier 4s at such a blazing pace, such a blinding pace, and they're not improving the rewards. Like, they are trying to squeeze the whales. We know this. I know this, but it's irritating to me because I'm actually going to end up spending less money. I can now tier 4 Black Widow without spending any money. I have reached the threshold of, you know, RNG. So I can't get shafted on RNG. It's not possible for me to miss the tier 4 here. I just have to get the books. That's the only thing. But it's very irritating, and I'm gonna do my own form of mini protest by not buying the packs, because I really need them to, like, this is cool, but you need to address the in-game economy. The in-game economy is broken, and the in-game economy needs to be improved. And that's not even just Carbonadium, it's Soul of the Faltine as well. I didn't really talk much about it, but it's also Soul of the Faltine. The fact that we can only get it from GBR has become exhausting. It was fine back in April when this came out, but April, May, June, July, August, we're coming on the 6-month mark for this. And yeah, bro, you gotta, like, put this somewhere else as well. Release a new chapter of Dispatch that drops this or something. Release a new story mode that drops this and drops Carbonadium. Do something, dog. Do something, right? So yeah, that's really the state of things here. I hope that Black Widow tier 4 is not overshadowed by the fact that we've had 3 tier 4s in the span of a month, but I could definitely see it turning off some players. And that's unfortunate, because if it was another Combat or another Blast or another Universal tier 4, I could totally understand just 100% hate. But it's Black Widow. She's an OG Avenger. She's speed, right? So I kind of feel like the devs are really trying to stall for as long as possible, and they're like, you know, they're trying to appease us with these Black Widows and things like that. It's working, but it's also kind of annoying. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.